Did you know that not all positivity is good? There really is such a thing as toxic positivity. Let's get into it.
The Narc Ninja, bringing you the tools and tactics to heal and deal with users and abusers. And now the Narc Ninja himself, Christopher Fairchild.
Hi, and welcome to the Narc Ninja channel, or welcome back. We're here bringing you tried and true, tested and approved tools and tactics to deal and heal from narcissistic abuse. Today, I want to share with you about when positivity becomes toxic. I grew up in Southern California and was part of the New Thought movement starting when I was just a little kid. This was the extra groovy California coastals who espoused things like using healing crystals and raising your consciousness. And there is a lot of good in that. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot there that's great. For instance, I think using vision boards can be really powerful tools to get yourself into agreement with your good. And there's also a ton of toxic positivity in some of those belief systems. One most painful toxic positivity moment I recall was a science of mind minister who was a friend of our family who came to pray with my mom, who was dying of terminal cancer. We had turned a guest room basically into a hospital bed for my mom to come and spend her last days with us. I was raised as an only child and she was a single parent, so she was literally my only family, the only family I had. And we were best friends. I mean, like, we could stay up all night and talk or, just laugh our heads off. She was so funny. Her wit was, sharper than a razor. So after this minister was done praying, she asked me if I could step outside. She said she needed to talk to me. And we got out there and she reminded me that as a religious scientist, that we believed our entire lives are merely reflections of our consciousness. And that if I didn't start raising mine to believe my mother would survive the terminal cancer, that she would surely die. Can you frickin' imagine blaming me for my own mother's cancer? The actual truth that this so-called minister did not understand was that her passing away was her ultimate healing. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Well, I can't even imagine how much emotional damage some well-intended person like her has caused with their magical thinking and really toxic positivities. Phrases like, just turn your frown upside down, or this is my favorite, it's through the broken places the light shines through, or what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, are great examples of toxic positivity bullshit. Or little signs in the office that say things like, only good vibes, or around every cloud is a silver lining, are just gaslighty ways to suppress or minimize any negative thoughts or feelings. There are even personal ideals that we need to be aware of. I was taught to always see the best in others. And let me tell you, that has gotten me into so much damn trouble, allowing the naivete of a Disney happy ending and trying to overlook things like thoughtlessness, selfishness, and toxic behaviors were toxic positive trapdoors that led me into danger. Thank God time and pain educated me to get real and stop pushing away legitimate emotions. Trying to tell me, they were trying to talk to me and tell me something I needed to hear. Bad feelings need to be expressed. It's even on social media. People avoid suppressing the experience of so-called negative emotions like grief, anxiety, and depression in favor of surface-level positive emotions. In fact, narcissists who tend towards superficiality use it all the time to avoid bad feelings or to control or minimize someone's suffering. I remember my narcissistic ex basically getting mad that I was still grieving my mother's passing, saying, for God's sakes, it's been 6 months already. I think you need to get over it. Thank God I had a wonderful therapist who told me how wrong that was, and that even a year is what you call a good start. That it may take a few years before I would really catch my stride in my healing process. Much of this toxic positivity is about minimizing someone else's pain because they're inconvenienced by it. Oh, just cheer up. Look on the bright side. It's all going to be okay. Everything happens for a reason. Just let love build a bridge and get over it. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. No, you can't. I could focus all day on turning water into wine, but it's just not going to happen because, hello, I'm not Jesus. I worked for years with people who were struggling with schizophrenia, and I started a special music program just for that population. And at one point, we were performing for an organization of people with schizophrenia. In this case, it was about minimizing the disease by insisting that all of us only use the phrase, love this one, mentally swell, instead of ever saying mentally ill. Give me a giant break. If you've ever known anybody suffering with this terrible disease, you know how badly it can truly be and how much someone like that really deserves our deepest compassion for their suffering. In fact, I think we all need deep compassion for the suffering, not just for ourselves, but for others' pain and heartbreak. Authenticity and compassion are the best weapons against toxic positivity. It's perfectly okay to have bad feelings. In fact, it's part of a healthy life. A full life means embracing all of the colors of the rainbow, not just the bright ones. All of that to also say that positive thinking strategies and building more positive thinking habits in general are really important and powerful tools. You ever have one of those friends who always has some terrible problem? They just call to complain endlessly about the same 3 or 4 things. Every time you get off the phone, you feel drained and emotionally exhausted. That's not good either. That's what you call some crappy thinking hygiene. My son is such a great pragmatist. Years ago, I asked him why he almost never complained, and he said simply that he just didn't see the point. Like, what's it going to do, Dad? Magically change the past? Ever since then, we made a lifelong agreement to never complain. Now, that doesn't mean to not express bad feelings that need to be expressed or need compassion. It means don't needlessly keep rehashing the same old story because it only stimulates more negative feelings than the situation probably even calls for. It's unhealthy. In other words, let's not be superficially positive and avoid all the negative feelings. And conversely, let's not let negative feelings drag us down into a pit of despair. May we all do our best to just keep it real, to stay in our authenticity and to share great compassion to ourselves and to others as much as we can. Hey, have I missed anything? Or do you have something you would like to share with us? Let me know in the comments below if anything comes to mind. Or leave a question or an idea for a video. I hope this was helpful. If so, consider subscribing and liking if you haven't already. It really helps this channel grow so that more people can see these videos. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with me today. Now you go be you to the full, beautiful. Namaste.